record. Um, I'll still be here if there's hard questions, but it'll be all Gina. And if you have any questions, I'll keep track of the chat. If you can't find the chat below, it's at the bottom right of your screen. You could put questions there, and then we'll get to questions towards the end of this meeting or right after Gina's presentation. Everyone all good? Awesome sauce. All right, Gina, all you.
All right. Good morning, everybody. So let me just share. Sorry. Oh, wait. Can everybody hear me okay? Any? See if there's any. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. Just going to pull up my presentation right now. Okay, it looks like it is sharing, so I will just go ahead and start it. So as Stephanie was saying, this is the presentation for solo series for how to apply. I'm the curator for Pearson Gallery for the past year. I think I just hit my 1-year anniversary with curating and doing all that stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to help be more helpful this time around with this run of solo series. So about solo series. Solo series is an opportunity for 4 local emerging and under-recognized artists to present their work in a solo exhibition for 8 weeks between September 2024 and May 2025. The solo series juried exhibition will be hosted at Pearson Gallery inside Pearson Community Center at 1625 West Cary Avenue, Las Vegas, Nevada 89106. Artists will be selected by a blind jury comprising of individuals with a deep connection to the historic West Side community. This is just to ensure that the artists will have something like this to ensure that the community members who do attend this community center will have find that art relatable. Selected artists will receive a payment of $600 upon the successful completion of their artwork, of their exhibition workshop, and collecting their artwork at the end. About Doc Pearson Community Center, this is located in the historic West Side, right on Cary and MLK Boulevard, named after the first Black City Councilman and dentist Dr. William U. Pearson. And there's always a lot of things going on at Pearson. They just had, this past weekend was their entrepreneur symposium, as well as their Juneteenth celebration, and of course our Juneteenth reception. Solo series, for those who don't know, for those who are curious about it, it's a chance to showcase your work as an emerging or under-recognized artist, build confidence in your artistic practice, learn how to present your work, and be able to talk about your work and reach an audience. So I just wanted to put that out there, talking about your work and presenting. It is, I know it's really difficult as an artist, but I really hope that we're really hoping that solo series is a chance for people for artists to be able to talk about their work, to be able to find an audience, and to just overall build that confidence. And I think talking about your work just makes you a better artist. So application basics, the link to the application is going to be on tinyurl.com/soloseriesfy25. There is no entry fee, but you must be 18 or older, and the deadline to apply is just July 16th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Here are the exhibition dates. I just want to kind of show this to say just have these dates open, whichever dates you select on the application. You get a first choice and a second choice, and it's worked out pretty well for the selected artists, so I'm hoping that it works out well this time around. But yeah, again, just make sure that you're available these dates, especially the install date, reception date, but we'll get more into that later. So know while applying, any photos that you submit of your artwork, just make sure it's like not in a frame. That way we kind of avoid that glare and we get like a clear photo of your artwork. If you want to submit any more, like show any more detail for it, like don't take the photo of your artwork from like super far away. Like nice clear photos is, you know, what we like and what the jurors like. But the work that you're submitting in the exhibition must be original artwork, unless you have like unless you're doing like digital art or submitting digital photos. Of course, that's the exception. No perishable sculptures will be considered. And please note that we do not secure insurance on artwork that's exhibited. You're exhibiting at your own risk. So if you want to, you can purchase your own insurance during the exhibit to recover any loss from broken or stolen artwork. But so far, nothing like stolen artwork or any like serious damage has happened yet. So yeah, I think we're good on that. Know while applying, please put an email that you check regularly. That way you stay up to date with any like updates of your application status. Make sure your phone number and address are up to date. And if there are any changes, just let us know. Applicants will be notified of their status by about late July to ensure that we have the jurors have made their choices and everybody's sort of on the same page with that. So another item on the application would be the artist bio. And in case you're not familiar, if you need some ideas, artist bio should include your name, be about 1 to 2 paragraphs, share your preferred mediums, your artistic philosophy and motivation, and where you're from or based. These are basically just basic information about you. Exhibition statement or artist statement. How do you want audiences to interact with your work? Why you created your work, what motivated you to do that, and what you want your audience to feel or think about after your show. In case you didn't notice, I did include in the application to include the title of your exhibition, because you are putting together a finished, like you are putting together like an exhibition, like a complete artwork. So if you do have like a title already, that would be like helpful. This is for us to have as much like information on the exhibit as possible. But like if you do get accepted and you're like, hey, I don't have a title yet, or hey, I want to change this title to this, that's completely fine. And this question, there's one more question on the application. It's why should you get this opportunity and how will your art speak to the community? This is more of like a personal one, so I don't want, just share like how your artwork might be relatable to the community, share your artistic journey and how you got to where you are now a little bit, and why you feel you deserve the opportunity. And yeah, so how your art will speak to the community, like oops, did not mean to skip that. But yeah, that's just to give you some ideas, why you deserve the opportunity, share your artistic journey, and how your artwork is relatable. Like if you have an audience already, or like an idea of like who you are trying to reach with your artwork, whether it's like people who share in your identity and things like that, that is very helpful. So artwork, up to 10 pieces can be submitted, depending on space and things like that. Please include multiple views if you have any sculpture pieces. And I did say this before, but the work that you are submitting must be the final work that will be in your exhibition. So no like half-finished sketches, no like, you have to like submit artwork with this exhibition, if that makes sense. So installing your art, please be available up to 3 hours when installing. So I think back here if we look at the first date, so whichever exhibit that you agree to, that you get accepted to, the install date keep the install dates here in mind, and we'll probably set up, on average, we usually install like maybe 10 a.m. that day. So, or, you know, whichever time, as long as the center is open and we have enough time and it works with me and the center. So, yeah, so we will be installing 2D work on these here grid walls. We usually zip tie them together. They're about, I think 2 feet wide. So depending on the space, we kind of have to do a little bit of math to get everything like looking centered and nice. So that might, so I would say up to 3 hours for the install, because there is like, you know, problem solving issues when it comes to like hanging the art, like how to center it, how to make it look nice, and where, I guess, like the juxtaposition of like the art, what pieces look good together. So we might be like moving things around, you know, depending on how you like it. Like we're working together on it, and we'll be a team on this. So all 2D flat work on paper or similar must be framed with a hanging point on the back, and we will also get into this in a bit. The artist agrees to leave their work up through the end of the exhibit. No artist can remove their artwork without the consent of Clark County Public Art. So that's important. So your exhibit will be running 8 weeks, and we are really trying to push for more artwork sales. So if you do end up selling a piece, we'll put you in contact with a buyer, but like just keep in mind, like, don't take your artwork down like right away when they sell it. Like the buyer can just let your buyer know like that your piece will be like available to give to them at the end of the exhibit, if that makes sense. So your guide to gallery ready art, I did include this tiny URL link to our Rotunda and Pearson gallery guide, because we do at these 2 galleries, at the Rotunda at the Clark County Government Center, we do use grids, as well as at the Pearson Community Center, we use grids. So I think my favorite, I guess my preferred way of hanging artwork would be on D-rings. So it's about 2 inches. You would want to install the D-rings 2 inches from the bottom, or from the top, sorry. And yeah, there's plenty of guides and things like that online on those, but you don't have to put the, I prefer it without the wire, because like hanging it, zip tying it from the D-rings just makes it more stable, makes the artwork more stable. And any like existing hardware, if you do have like a frame that has like existing hardware already, like these, that's perfectly fine. We just ask that you just make sure that like those frames can like support the weight of it, so that the day of install we don't have any like issues with frames falling apart or anything. And again, we've been lucky with that. So yeah. Another more on installing your artwork. So 3D artwork may not exceed 24 by 22 wide and 28 high. I believe that's the maximum we have for like pedestals and vitrine. 2D art cannot exceed 48 inches by 48 inches, but we'll review these on a case-by-case basis and make sure that we have the space to accommodate your art. And like I said earlier, pedestals and vitrine will be provided for any 3D art. All artwork must be secured to adjacent part. For example, sculptures must be welded or glued together. And if you have any questions on like any unique sizing, you know, issues here, just contact me or CC Public Art. And then another thing for Solo Series is that Solo Series promotes free access to arts and art education to promote community engagement through not only the exhibit itself, but through workshops. If selected, the artist will be required to create and teach 1 workshop within their exhibit dates. Workshops will be scheduled with Gina and Pearson Community Center. But I will say to submit your workshop idea to like upon acceptance. The only thing I ask, like once you're accepted, just submit your idea with the materials you need, any like age limit, and a summary of what the participants will be learning and doing, and within like this 2-hour time frame. 2 hours like is like a pretty good amount of time for a workshop, but just we want all this like information. Just give us as much information on it as you can, because that will help us promote your workshop and, you know, get it to the right people. Like, you know, like in the past we've had abstract artists like doing these like collage things, and that was very like fun and accessible. We had Rick RL, who had an exhibit last year, who is a photographer. You may have seen his like photo prints in the previous slides, but he did a short presentation on where to buy cameras, you know, like cheaper free photo editing apps, and like just making like access, like spreading education to make photography more accessible. But in the second half of the workshop, he had the participants like use his camera, and we had a model who was Geo. So we took some photos, and he was like directing them on like what to do, like what sort of poses or expressions he should be doing. And yeah, it was really fun. So I guess like think outside the box for it. And yeah. And marketing. So we will be making like postcards for the exhibition for people to take, or for you to like give to people to invite them to your exhibition, reception, workshop, etc. We'll have all that information on the postcard. Clark County Public Arts will release a press release, share it on our website, Double Scoop, and NV Arts Council, Eventbrite, what have you. And make sure if you do get accepted, like we encourage you to share your exhibit, workshop, and everything like on your social media platforms. This will help to like get more people coming to like your events and seeing more eyes on your work, on your artwork. So yeah. And so reception and deinstall. So maybe earlier you saw if you look at the exhibition dates again, the reception and deinstall are the same evening. We usually do our receptions Thursday evenings, and I like to keep it like that way. But yeah, closing reception will be the last day of your exhibit, with a deinstall after. And the deinstall takes about maybe probably up to an hour. So the times that I put for receptions would be 6 to 8, and then the center closes at like I believe 9 p.m. on Thursdays. So we'll have at least an hour to put for you to collect your artwork, break down the grids, and of course give you your check. Reception. So your reception is a time to celebrate you and your art. We will provide snacks and drinks. Me, the curator, and the artist will deliver remarks. So I'll just like introduce you, and you can say a few words if you'd like. I feel like this is maybe like the hardest part, because I know a lot of like artists are like introverted or don't want to, shy, not wanting to like say anything. But there's nothing wrong with like maybe like writing stuff on a little note card or in your notes app and like saying stuff. Oops, did not mean to skip there. But yeah, like again, like the more you talk about your artwork and the more you're able to like, speak your truth on your art, I think that makes you a better artist. And again, this experience is like, I hope would be beneficial to you. And yeah, again, artist and curator will deinstall and grid walls, and you will receive your check and take your artwork home. So once you are accepted, we will send you a bunch of fun paperwork to fill out. This includes the supplier maintenance form, the W-9, and an invoice. So the supplier maintenance form looks a little bit like this. Just fill it out to the best of your knowledge, and if you have any questions, just let us know. And this is what a W-9 looks like. If you're not, let's see, like, yeah, most of you will be filling it out, either individual or sole proprietor, address, social, etc. Super easy. Yeah, and this is what sort of the invoice will look like. We can definitely send you a template unless you have your own invoice template, but it'll look like this, but you'll put gallery, exhibition, and workshop, $600, etc. And then if anybody's interested in like having this like email to them, definitely let me know. I did include these a couple galleries here, maybe for you to get some inspiration or to check out in person. The library district has so many gallery exhibits around town, totally free. I would definitely recommend checking those out and reading like the artist statements and getting ideas for how to like maybe write about your work, seeing how the artwork is like framed and presented to the public. Yeah, so there's a lot of like little details like that I feel are important. Left of Center Gallery also has like a lot of ongoing exhibitions and events right now, so I would definitely recommend checking them out. They also are home to like the I believe the only like African art museum in southern Nevada, or at least like the largest. But yeah, definitely check them out. And we did have a lot of solo series applications last year, so don't be discouraged if you don't get accepted. If anything, like maybe the work of the application will maybe like set you up for a different opportunity, or you can like submit it to other galleries in town if you have like a friend or something that owns a business and you're like, hey, can I put some artwork up? And they're like, yeah, then go for it. But yeah, I'm hoping that even if like people don't get accepted, you kind of like learn the process of putting together a gallery and exhibition, and like just writing more about your artwork and talking more about what your practice is. Questions, we're here to help. You can email me at gina.parham@clarkcountynv.gov or ccpublicart@clarkcountynv.gov, or visit our website. Or I don't think that's not our website. Sorry about that. I'll remove it and put in a new link so you can see. I'll link all our gallery calls, current exhibitions, past projects, and everything like that. But yeah, if that's the conclusion of my presentation. So if anybody has any other questions for me, maybe now's the time.
So far, hold on. Can anyone hear me? Okay. So going back to submitting artworks and it being like the final pieces of artwork that you're showing. We also have the right to reduce or minimize the art. We're like right behind each other, sorry. And there's feedback. So so if you have like a lot of artwork and we don't have enough grids, we may have to subtract a little bit, but that doesn't mean that you can't like substitute. We're totally open for that. And let's say there's plenty of space and between being hired to exhibit and the time of your exhibit, there's also an opportunity to add artwork too. But just be prepared for the answer no. But most of the time it has been yes. So I just can't offer any guarantees. The next question is, when submitting photography, do I submit the file or a picture of a framed piece? When you submit, so you would submit the file, and I'm sure there's a option of giving dimensions of the photo, but I would include the framed piece in the dimensions. So submit the photo, but also submit the dimensions of the total piece that includes the frame. Does that make sense, Madison? Awesome. Are there any other questions? All right. Yeah, I'll turn that mind.
It's all good. But yeah, again, if you have any questions, email us at ccpublicart@clarkcountynv, or I'll also put my email in the chat just in case. So
Oh yeah, Gina, if you put your email in the chat box, we can email you the PowerPoint as well.
Okay. All right, so I think that's, if there's no more questions, then we can end this. But yeah, thank you all for attending and learning about this opportunity. I hope to see some applications here pretty soon. But yeah, let us know. We're super approachable and we'll be able to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much.
And sorry. This video will also be posted on our website. Thank you all. Bye-bye.